women like broke men. So okay, I think the number one reason for most women and why they date broke men is because of the sex was impeccable. Okay, I don't know if it's the fact that they know they need to borrow some money or borrow your car or they need a place to stay that really amps up this game, but whatever it is, it was lit.
Yo, this will be the best video I have ever dropped, ever. I have waited what felt like my entire life to talk about this very topic.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.
Man, welcome back to another episode of the Ruling Class Podcast. And of course, I'm your host, Diddy, back up in this bitch. With another video. Listen, man, I don't even care. Like this video if you want to like it. Subscribe to this channel if you want to subscribe to the channel. Comment on this video. Share this video. Y'all know what to do. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't, you don't. I don't even care right now. Listen, I have never been so excited to cover a topic in my life. I've never been so excited to talk about something in my life on this channel. Oh my gosh, the 10 reasons why women love to date broke men. Y'all do not even understand. I have a story. Listen, if you don't watch any video till the end on this channel, please watch this video till the end. I have a story. I have a personal experience that perfectly aligns. Is going to help some man and even some women out there learn. This is a teachable moment that I learned from, that other people can learn from. I promise you, you want to watch this video to the end. I'll spare you the long story. I'll wait till the end to talk about the story between me and the girl. I'm going to try my very best, but this video is perfect. But for now, we're going to react to this woman who's given the 10 reasons why, judging from her personal experience and women she's talked to, I'm guessing, why it is that women give broke men their time, and it always baffles me, but it'll blow your mind as well. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Why women like broke men. So okay, I think the number one reason for most women and why they date broke men is because of the sex was impeccable. Okay, I don't know if it's the fact that they know they need to borrow some money or borrow your car or they need a place to stay that really amps up this game, but whatever it is, it was lit. But anyway, next thing is availability. They always have time. They're not out here grinding and hustling, so they have time. You can call them anytime you want to see them, and they are there as long as you pick them up.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing else to do.
Men are friendly. So think about it. When you go to the gas station or anywhere, the first people that's going to talk to you are the ones that's either at the bus stop. They are the ones who don't have the car. They on the passenger side of their best friend's ride. They are just so bold because, broke men have a lot of audacity.
Yeah.
They have a lot of audacity. So they will have the audacity to speak to you knowing that they're not on your level. That's why.
Notice that she used the word audacity. They have a lot of audacity. She didn't say a lot of confidence. You know why? Because a lot of women associate confidence with achievements, with status, right? So she said audacity because it's a lack of respect that women have for men like that. Now, I'm going to try my very best to cover this topic without getting too personal, because I think I'm going to fail at that, because this is a personal thing for me. Because I'm probably what a lot of people in real life would consider as a successful man, right? Me working at a law firm, me having a master's degree, me having a podcast, right? Me being a public speaker and a plethora of other things that I do in real life in the community. A lot of people look at me as a successful man. So I don't give a lot of women my attention. I don't give a lot of women my time. So when I meet a woman, right, I have standards, right? And I have a level of standards that have to be met, or I'm going to keep it moving. That's just what it is, right? It's not an arrogant thing. It's I know what I want, right? And I know a woman I'm not going to get a woman who's going to leech off me. I know I want a woman that's feminine. I know I want a woman that's submissive. I know I want a woman I know this is not as popular to hear this from successful men, but I want a woman who has something going for herself. I don't care about how much money you make, so to speak, but you got to have some sort of goals and ambitions, right? You can't just be sitting around on your butt waiting to leech off of some man who's making good money or doing something with his life, right? So when I hear this, it's actually interesting because everything that she said, it reminds me of what men want from women, right? You want a very attractive woman, a woman who needs you, right? When a man looks for women, we look for someone who needs us to provide for them. It's sounding like that's what she wants out of a man. And this is one of those type of women that I'm not attracted to. A lot of men are not attracted to, because we don't want a woman who's trying to be a man. right? Who's trying to behave in such a way, right? Because I had the assumption at one point in time in my life, which wasn't very long ago, where I assumed that women look for men to provide. Women look for the sort of men with financial security. But that's not the truth at all. And women like this who talk like this, it in the weirdest way make me have more respect for women who go about things who are what you would call hypergamous women, right? Women who date men with status or date men for money. At least they're getting something in return. But women like this, it just makes no sense because it's like a myth. To say at one point in time they would call it a myth to say or assume that a woman would talk to a man solely for no, because men only think about it. Only men date and talk to people for, but they'll lie to you and say that women don't do the same thing. That's a lie, and this is proof that that's a lie because women do the same thing. Women will talk to a man and it's like one of the biggest secrets they'll never admit. Kevin Samuels talked about this. It's one of those things where it's like women nowadays, modern women, have a lack of ambition and a lack of security in themselves to even strive for the men that they actually want. So they're going to talk to men who don't have a lot going for themselves because it's a sense of, it's a power dynamic, right? It's a sense of control that they have over those men and they can hold it over their heads. And then what kills me about this, to make matters even worse, is that a lot of these women have already dealt, statistically speaking, a lot of women have already dealt with some sort of trauma. You know, some man has already, or some person has already taken advantage of them when they were younger and when they were coming up, right? So they've already dealt with disappointment and they have distrust for a lot of people. So when you engage in behavior like this, you're only adding to your own trauma. And then for years, it's been, said that women are smarter than men, right? On the average. But yet you have women making decisions like this and then they blame the men for, it's like you mess with a guy who has nothing going for himself and then you blame the guy for not having anything going for himself. Why are you even entertaining this person?
She belongs to the streets.
Right? So that's what makes this thing super confusing. And it's as if the sex aspect is taken for granted. It's like you do realize that sex is a spiritual thing, right? It's a spiritual exchange every single time that takes place. And it's like you want to toy with that. And then after you've, went through man after man that you don't plan to marry, that you don't plan to commit to, once again, you're adding to your own trauma. That's self-inflicted trauma that you're going to later blame other people for doing because you decided to have and do things for fun instead of making the commitment for a husband.
I really was attracted to broke men, and this is serious. But because I was very insecure and I felt like there was no competition with broke men versus with successful men.
Right.
Successful men are getting women on your level, if not better. But the broke men, they're getting women way, quote unquote, beneath you. To attract someone like you is a big deal to them. So if you're working a good job and you have your stuff together, that's rare. They're usually messing with women who are a reflection of themselves. Which brings me to my next point is they are easily impressed.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes,
they are.
Get this job. You work at a bank. Like, that's how they act. They're just so excited and so impressed with the bare minimum things that you're supposed to be doing. Working a job. Oh, you got a place. Oh, you got a car. You keep gas in your car.
Okay, look, I take it back. I said I was going to wait to the end. I can't do this anymore. I can't hold it in anymore. I'm sharing this story. And listen, it's a little bit more she's going to talk about. We're going to cover it. Y'all want to watch this. It's a really good video and it's a really good story. And it's a teachable moment for a lot of young men, older men, and even women out there as well. So please listen to this story. All right. So not like in the past, in the last 2 or 3 years, I was talking to this girl. Okay. And this girl was getting ready to go into graduate school. I'm already in graduate school. And again, as I mentioned earlier, I don't give a lot of women my time, right? I'm physically attracted to a lot of women, right? But when you're talking about necessities and things that I look for in a woman that's attractive to me outside just the physical aspect, right? A lot of women don't check off those boxes, right? And I'm very meticulous, right? You're looking at, I know it's a lot of things, my subscribers who've been following me for a while that y'all know, and some of y'all don't know about me, but I am, abstinent, right? I'm waiting for marriage to have sex, right? And I have high goals. So when I look for a woman, there are certain things I just don't want. I don't want a woman that wears hair weave. I know it's going to offend a lot of you out there, but that's just how I am. I really care about natural. I don't use profanity, so it would make sense that I get with a woman who don't use profanity. I don't have anything against smoking weed, but I just don't smoke marijuana myself. So I want a woman who kind of fits off that category, Do you believe in God? You know, things of that sort. Do you know how to cook? Are you okay with cooking? Are you submissive? Are you feminine? Are you embracing being a woman and allowing me the opportunity to be a man without yelling things like patriarchy and you know, sexism and things of that sort, right? So that's very important. All right, so this woman checked off those boxes, right? So we're both in school, things of that sort. But again, like I said earlier, I have standards. So there's certain things you're going to have to meet. I'm not going to ask a lot from you. I'm probably going to do most of the work anyways. I'm okay with that. Just show me that you're capable to do your part, which isn't very much, but it's enough for me to inspire me. I seen a quote one time. It said, women should respect their women. Men should respect their women, but women should give men something to respect, right? So if you don't give me something to respect, then it's going to turn me off. So anyways, we went an extended period of time. I'm not going to say how long, but it was quite a bit of time. And she wasn't able to consistently meet those standards. So I ended things with her. But I said we can still communicate and be cordial. All right. So it wasn't long after she begged me not to end it. She's going to try better. Please give her another chance. Give her a 30-day trial period. These are all things she said in real life. I wouldn't lie to y'all. All right, cool. I really care about this girl. When I ended it, I didn't end it for real. In my head, I'm thinking when I end things, it's going to give her a wake-up call. Because modern women these days, I've been out there, I know. A lot of them are not going to check off these boxes. So I'm not even going to attempt to go out there and try to deal with these women. This woman is light years better than a lot of these other women out here as far as checking off boxes, right? And she's a nice person. She's a good human being. She was, right? So I didn't listen to her. I was like, let me go this trial period of not talking to her. And maybe this will, give her some sort of wake-up call. After begging me and I didn't listen, it took this girl about 2 or 3 weeks. She met this guy, right? So again, like I said, we're communicating. She met this guy. I can't make this up if I try. I was asking her about it. I'm like, all right, so how's it going? Like, what does he do? And all this, that, and the third. She said, well, he works. I'm like, well, he works where? Like, what does he do? And she was like, he works at basically a 9 to 5. I'm not going to say what a guy works. He works at 9 to 5. I'm like, okay, not the most impressive job out there at all, actually. And I was like, okay, cool. I later find out that the guy lives in the hood. And when I say the hood, I mean the hood of the hood. But you're looking at a guy who comes from very little as well, right? I used to be homeless. I come from the trenches, the hood, the ghetto, whatever you want to call it, the disenfranchised communities. I come from that. But so I can relate to that, but what I can't relate to is a man who's not striving to be something. So it turns out that she met this guy, and the second time seeing this guy in person, she started having this person. Now, I'm abstinent, and she was talking to me for an extended period of time, and trust is a big thing with me. So the girl checked off so many boxes, including abstinence. She was willing to wait for marriage to have sex. When she met this new guy, who was by definition a bum, and I don't even mean, okay, so to be nice, we call guys like that hobosexuals. So we're going to call him the hobosexual. This hobosexual, she decided to give this guy her vajayjay the second time meeting this dude in person, right? Her excuse was that she knew him for several weeks and that he was a nice guy. What does he have to offer? That was my question. I just couldn't understand that. And I'm looking at him like, you're in grad school, bro. Like, you got a lot going for yourself. He probably looking at you like, oh my God, you work at X, Y, and Z. He's probably never met a woman like this. She's so insecure in herself and she thinks so little about her life. But this dude who's doing a lot less in his life is looking up to her. And it's like, as a woman, that's what you want? Why did you give him so early? You're not looking at yourself as the prize. You're looking at that dude as the prize because you're physically attracted to him. But it's like, after this, what does he give you? She told me for months that it wasn't about the sex. Please stop making it about the sex. What do you mean it wasn't about this? How come almost every time y'all seen each other, y'all had sex? Of course it was about this, bro. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done it as many times as you did it. You don't think this guy who has absolutely nothing going in his life, you don't think it's about sex? I'm telling you how men think. I'm a man. I would know. A lot of men think if you give a man your vajayjay, if you give a man within a small period of time of meeting him, either consciously or subconsciously, whether he chooses to or not, he's going to lose respect for you. I just didn't understand how she didn't know that.
They're impressed. They just think so much of what you do because they're not doing it.
Exactly.
So,
right.
Number 6 is they move really fast. Now, keep in mind that they fall in love with you as soon as they meet you. As soon as you say, hey, back to them, they're in love right after that. They want to get married. They see a future with you. If you dated broke men, then you know what I'm talking about. They move fast as hell. So sometimes that makes you feel good, but then you start to really see, and it's like, okay, wait. If you want to be my man, you're going to have another thing that I noticed with broke men. They're always indebted to you. they're always going to need something. They're always going to be in a position to need something. So whenever you come through for them, you're going to feel like they're indebted to you and that they owe you loyalty.
Yeah, so something she spoke about earlier, she said that they fall in love real fast. Well, of course they fall in love real fast because they're going to need somewhere to sleep. They're going to need somewhere to stay. They see that you got a little bit of something going in your life. They're going to leech off of you. Like, what do you mean? Is that so hard to figure out?
Because that's all they can give you. They can't give you your money back. They probably not going to put no gas in your car. But they give you loyalty and love and affection
and
from what you do. So you're basically, in a way, a sugar mama. And that's why I did like broke men, because I used to dangle all the stuff that I was giving them in their face, and they would change their attitude knowing that they needed me. Ain't that sad? That is so sad. You really think, because another reason why I think women like broke men is because
that's crazy.
You only need them for fun. If you're not in a place where you're looking for serious commitment, which I feel that a lot of hardworking women aren't really looking for commitment, at least maybe in the beginning stages, because you don't have a lot of time. Broke men, you don't really care what they're offering because you have you, right? You got your bag secured. So what he does is none of your business. And number 10, our motherly nature. Women love helping. We're natural nurturers.
So one of the first things I asked this girl that I was involved with was, why is it that you had sex with him? Why is it that you gave him that? Why is it that you gave this man so much of your attention and your time? Did you not look at him and say that he wasn't worth your time? She said, well, he made me feel special. He was nice to me. He was talking to me about how many kids I wanted, and he was talking about a long-term relationship. He gave me a title. And it's like, but what else did he give you? Like, you do realize that the man has very little going in his life, so when he looks at you as a godsend. So yeah, of course he's willing to give you whatever and say whatever, right? Nature, but I'm like, well, why would you have sex with him? You still not answering that question for me. Quit lying like it was. A lot of it wasn't about, oh no, it really wasn't. Who you fooling? I'm not Boo the Fool. I'm a virgin, not Boo the Fool. There's a difference, bro. I'm like, yo, nature has a consequence. It's called pregnancy, right? Sex has consequences. It's called pregnancy. It's called STDs, right? And these are things that you risk to meet with this guy that you later found out was lying about certain things about his life and his ambitions. You were surprised? Are you kidding me? So many things that I've learned in the last 2 years about women that I did not know before blew my mind. And to hear this woman, listen, I respect her. I really mean it. Like, I have so much respect for her to come on camera and say something like this out loud that a lot of women wouldn't want to admit or say. They get upset when things like this are said out loud. We know a lot of men today in 2023 will put on game when it comes to a lot of you women, because y'all play games and y'all have low standards, and y'all would rather. I told the situation with this girl I was talking about. My best friend told me this. She said, you know, I really feel like she's talking to him or she's entertaining him because he doesn't challenge her. He doesn't push her, right? More so, he probably looks up to her and he's probably wanting things from her. I had never told this. I was like, bingo. Of course that's why. And to think that a lot of women go through these HOE phases, or these phases where you realize after you've had sex with him, after you've given him the vajayjay, after you've given him personal time, your resources, your money, your car, you've let him use you. It's like after you're pregnant or after you have an STD that you can't get rid of, God forbid that, then you look around and say, well, what more do you have to offer now? Why weren't you thinking that from the jump?
She belongs to the streets.
Insecurity makes you not look at certain things when it comes to a man. Listen, over here, men are supposed to provide and protect from the jump. Men are supposed to be trying to go and get it. No excuses. No matter what level you're at, you're supposed to be grinding your butt off to try to provide, to make a living for you and your family, or you and your future family. If a woman don't see that, I was naive to believe that if a woman didn't see that in a man, she's not giving him her time, her attention, let alone access to her womb. That's a lie in 2023. They're doing that. And I had to learn I mean, some of y'all would probably say the hard way. Some of y'all would probably say the easy way. Y'all hop in the comment section and y'all let me know what y'all think, because this blew my mind that she got on camera and said this. And these are 10 reasons why women give men, broke men, the time of day. That's crazy. Until next time. Peace.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.